Hi guys and welcome to Crazy Burger. So the last 3 months we've had some really good games released as part of the Evercade Game of the Month for Indie Heroes Collection 3, and it's sort of got me thinking, what has been the best games that we've had for Game of the Month? Now that's going to include Indie Heroes Collection 2 and obviously the 3 games that we've received for Indie Heroes Collection 3 so far, which is going to be released next year. So in this video I'm going to be looking at my favourite Game of the Month game and also my top 5 overall so far that we've had on Evercade as part of Game of the Month. Without further ado, let's get started. Okay, my first pick is Ira the Crew Maiden, which was on Indie Heroes Collection 2 that we got as Game of the Month some point last year. And I really enjoyed it. It's a Mega Drive sort of platform slash 'em up kind of thing, where you need to sort of rescue the prisoners. And there's a few bosses at the end of each sort of stage as well. There's a lot of variety here and there with the different style of backgrounds and levels, so to speak. It does get progressively harder as you'd probably expect. It does become a little bit of a save state spam. You kind of if you want to make progress, you probably need to keep saving every 5 seconds. But yeah, it's still a good game, but it does get a little bit tricky towards the end, a little bit frustrating. But I really enjoyed it nonetheless. So my next pick is probably one of the more recent games, which was Thunderpore. This is also a Mega Drive game as well, apparently, and I really enjoyed it. It's kind of a run and gun game where you sort of need to collect the bones. Well, you don't need to collect the bones, they're optional, but you need to destroy all the enemies in every single stage before you can open up the exit and move on. And also this game has boss levels as well, which get a bit tricky, let's be honest. I didn't get that far in the game. I think I got to about World 3 perhaps, and I never obviously finished it, so I'll probably have to revisit this when it gets released on the Indie Heroes Collection 3 cart when it gets released in February. So I'm really looking forward to it. I really enjoyed it. I want to play this more, but sadly I didn't have enough time to complete it when we had it. I think it was last month as part of Game of the Month. Okay, so onto my top 3 now, and arguably this could be number 1 because this is a fantastic arcade style game which probably took everyone by surprise. This is Dodo, I can never say it correctly, which is kind of funny. But anyway, it's a really good game. You also need to collect the donuts and get to the big one at the top and finish the stage, and then it just repeats itself till you get to the bonus level at the end, and then get to the medium level, that kind of thing. But wow, what an amazingly addictive, fun game this was. Absolutely brilliant. This was the game that kicked off Indie Heroes Collection 3 Game of the Month, and I'm really looking forward to this on the collection as well. Okay, so my number 2 is actually the current game of the month at the time of this video, and this is Big Too Small, which is a Game Boy Color game. It's kind of a puzzle style element which I really enjoy. I love this style of game, and it's definitely took me by surprise. I didn't expect to like it. Obviously the last game we got from Retro Room was Gelatinous, which I thought was pretty awful, but this is absolutely brilliant, really addictive stuff. It certainly makes your brain hurt. It's one of those games that you really have to think. The first few levels are pretty straightforward, but it does get really hard, really quick. But it's one of those games that you know it's possible, but sometimes you might think it's impossible. But give it a little thought, and then eventually you will get that moment and you will complete it and you think, oh, amazing. But yeah, I absolutely love this. I'm still playing through this, and that's a good sign. I don't really want to stop playing it and leave it to the cart. I really want to keep playing it. It's so addictive. There's quite a few stages. I think I'm on World 3 just now, and I'm not sure how many more levels there is, but it's one of the games I can't put down. I'll maybe play it for a little bit, get frustrated, come back to it later on and see if I can complete that level after giving it some thought while you're sleeping or something. But yeah, what a great game. Really enjoyed it. Thoroughly brilliant. Okay, so that leaves me with the game I think was the best game of the month. There was quite a few here on Indie Heroes Collection 2. I think it was 2 at least, like the Grunzerka trilogy and Beerslinger we didn't get as game of the month. But my favourite one, by far, is definitely Tapeworm Disco Puzzle. This is one that I played to completion when it was Game of the Month. I think it was the first game we got as part of Indie Heroes Collection 2 in 2022. And wow, what an amazingly brilliant game. There's, I think, 99 stages. It just gets more and more difficult. Some levels are actually laughably easy. Some are just unbelievably tough, and the sort of style does change dramatically when you get to level 60, 70, and you sort of get 2 worms from each side of the tape deck, and you have to concentrate in different sides of the screen at the same time while the worms moving at it's complicated, and it certainly makes you think. It's a great little puzzle game, and it's definitely for me the best game we got as part of Game of the Month for Indie Heroes Collection 2. What a great title. Okay guys, what do you think? What was your favourite Evercade game of the month from Indie Heroes Collection 2? Please let me know in the comments. Now personally I would rather just have some demos rather than the full games, because Obviously there's that temptation to play through the games till you finish them, but I've tried not to. I try and keep them for the cart, but the temptation is always there, especially if the game is actually as good as Tapeworm Disco Puzzle, for example. Anyway guys, thanks for watching, catch you in the next one.